We'll get started with this question here I have. How do we determine that a customer telephone number in our database is a cell phone?
That can be a tough one. Unlike other companies, the United States has not set up a dialing program here that takes cell numbers and puts them in different central offices. They mix up landlines with central offices, with cell numbers in central offices, so it makes it very difficult to do it that way. There are several companies out there who will scrub calling lists to remove or at least to identify cell numbers for a charge, obviously. You can, of course, search online on some of the reverse directory services that will tell you or identify if it is a cell number. However, that could be a very large and tedious process, very manual process without the help of some of these companies. Also, I've seen some of my customers now asking their end clients whether the number they're providing is a cell phone and then identifying it as such in the customer database. Other companies have adopted calling hours that would allow the call regardless of the customer's North American time zone. So, in other words, I'm going to stop calling at 8 p.m. Or 9 p.m. Eastern time, any of these, maybe even earlier, 8 p.m., just to make sure. It doesn't necessarily help us with Hawaii, but for the continental United States, you can usually set up a program that would allow you to make sure you're not calling numbers that could be out of a time zone preference.
And I have another question here. What's the difference between speech recognition and voice recognition?
Well, voice recognition, as I said earlier, is really the ability to identify who the caller is, whereas speech recognition, most frequently identified with self-service voice response solutions, just identifies what the customer is saying. So these are two different technologies, often provided by the same end software solutions.